Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez here at the Alert Center. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. If you're trying to figure out something cool to do for the weekend, we have the ticket for you, so listen up. It's the VNA's Art and Soup fundraiser. It's on Sunday. Tickets start at $50, and here's why you really want to go. This gives back to the community. You also get to taste test some great soup and see local art, so why wouldn't you want to go, right? But to convince you even further, we're going to introduce Randy. He is the honorary chair of this year's event. It's the 28th year, if I'm not mistaken. Randy, thanks for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Art and Soup. I mean, the name kind of says it all, but for those who may not know, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there is a lot going on. We're going to have 21 restaurants representing. Their chefs are going to come out and make the best soups. We have 43 artists that'll be there. A few of them I know. Actually, our chef from 88 Tactical, Marty Miner, is he's gonna present some of his famous soups, and I'm really excited about that. But you can eat soup, you can mingle, you can talk with people, and you can purchase art. And the artists have all agreed to donate 50% of the proceeds from what they sell back to VNA.
That's wonderful, my goodness. And VNA, Visiting Nurses Association, can you tell us a little bit about what they do and why it's so important we support them in this community?
Yes, the VNA, Visiting Nurses Association, they literally put nurses in group maternity homes, domestic violence shelters, homeless shelters, the elderly. There are so many elderly people that can't even get out to go to a hospital or have the care because of no insurance. So the VNA puts nurses in these facilities and homes for free. They don't get endowments from the state. They don't have billionaires giving them $100 million every year, like the arts, which we need as well. But
right.
That's why I'm here. We have to raise money for them, because for me, my oldest brother, who was 61 years old, he passed away, and we laid him to rest maybe 10 days ago. Well, he had a stroke. And thank you. And for the last 15 years, nurses have taken care of him, till the day he passed away. And they're not just nurses, they're like therapists. I've come in town and I thought my brother was a little harsh with them. And I would apologize to them, and they would say, no, don't even worry about it. He's angry. He's dealing with something that it's not his fault. He couldn't have done anything to prevent a stroke, or maybe he could have, but whatever reason, he's in a bed now, and he's there for the rest of his life. So they understand. And I think God built nurses specifically to be nurses, because I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either. I have a similar story with my 95-year-old grandmother, and I said, I'm so sorry she's hassling you, and they're like, don't even worry about it. So these people are just angels among us, I'd like to say, really. Tell us a little bit more. I mean, you do have another personal story, if you don't mind sharing that with us as well. First of all, you're a local actor, producer, writer, director. Your list goes on, I'm sure. But you do know what it's like being homeless, right?
I do. I know a little bit about it. When I first got there, fortunately I had a car. I had a small Fiat Spider convertible that would break down, but I slept in my car for many months, and in the warmer months I would sleep on a park bench. Or it was in the 90s, mid 90s, so it was a little safer back then to sleep in a park without somebody conking you over the head and taking your stuff. But yes, I did that for a while pursuing acting in Hollywood. And thing is I could have always come back home to Nebraska and work with my family. They do all right. So I chose to stay out there, and that's the path that I had to walk.
Yeah, and you did walk that path, and thankfully now it appears you have a roof over your head, so that's a good place to be. Tell us a little bit more about just these nurses. They never really know what situation they're going to be in necessarily, right? So they show up at like a homeless camp, for example, or to just help people who are less fortunate than ourselves. And they're really the boots on the ground that are taking care of our community from the ground up, right?
Yes, Yes, and even though they're going in and they're giving selflessly of themselves, sometimes they're going into dangerous situations. They don't know. You don't know who's going to be mentally unstable, because when you're in a situation of, well, being homeless, you know, there's drugs and alcohol involved a lot of times. The elderly is, you just don't know.
Right.
So they put themselves in harm's way to take care of them.
Yeah, they really do. As I said earlier, angels among us for sure. So I'm going to play out some of this video and we can chat over it here. But this is a look at last year's Art and Soup event, right? So here is
Yes.
a little bit of what you can expect. I love it. Everyone's kind of dressing, how they feel. It's kind of fun, and ornaments, and there's the soup for you. So tell us, tickets start at $50. Is that right?
Yes, $50 if you order now, $60 on the day. VIP tickets, which I'm not sure if they're all gone, but
Okay.
those are 100,
Okay,
and
cool.
they get to come at 1 o'clock and be with us before it starts.
Okay, so they actually get to like meet you and talk to you and learn more about Nebraska and Hollywood.
Yes, yes, I'll be there the whole time. So I'm just Randy from Omaha, Nebraska. I've been in Hollywood for 31 years, but I am Nebraska through and through.
I love it. Okay, awesome, awesome. Anything else you wanna share about this event? You're the honorary chair this year.
Yes, please come out on Sunday and support. We love ticket sales, that's great, but we need more sponsors. We need
Gotcha.
sponsors to step up, because just like the arts,
Right.
they give hundreds of millions of dollars in endowments to the arts, but something like this, which is, I mean, so necessary. All of us are literally one breath or one blink away from needing a nurse, because you don't know, a stroke, a car accident, anything
Right.
could happen. We
Right.
need them.
We definitely do, and especially those of us who maybe don't have insurance, or maybe you're down on your luck. I mean, you do want to get checked out. I would say health is so important, right? So it starts there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, Randy, thank you so much for your time today, and have a fabulous weekend. The event's on Sunday,
Thank you.
and let me see, I have my notes here. It's at the Omaha Design Center, and again, tickets start at $50, $60 at the door, like you mentioned. But thank you. It sounds great, a great cause, and a great day to just eat soup and peruse local art, right?
Yes, absolutely. 2 to 5. 2 to 5
2 to
p.m.
5. Okay, good to know. All right, Randy, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. All right, guys, so if you are just joining us here at the Alert Center, we were just chatting with Randy Goodwin. He is this year's honorary chair of the Art and Soup event that benefits the VNA, and it sounds like a great time. I mean, the local artists, he was saying, are when they sell their different pieces of artwork, they're going to give 50% of the proceeds to the VNA, etc. So it sounds like a good time indoors, which will lead us to our weather. So we're going to take a quick look at our forecast here. So I'm going to take a live look outside from our Blackstone camera for you. So you can see those droplets of water on the camera. A live look at our Mutual of Omaha building here in Nebraska. Now, we did have a first alert weather warning that has since subsided. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord says a lot of melting with this round, and temperatures are about 2 to 3 degrees warmer than anticipated. So that is a good thing. So instead of all that snow, we're getting some of the rain, so that's good. So he does say this is going to be a bit heavier north, a high of 38 today, so that's what we can kind of expect. Taking another live look, this one at Children's, Nebraska. For this evening, we can expect decreasing clouds, a low of 25 degrees, and just looking at this gray shot over the metro here at Dodge, a lot of traffic out there this afternoon seemingly, and slick roads, so please do be careful. It is not snow or ice at this point necessarily, but still, you don't want to take anything for granted, right? Especially, we were just chatting with Randy about homelessness and the VA nurses and what they do, if you were with us earlier. So taking a last live look here from 90th and Dodge. I like this shot when the wind's blowing. It kind of gives you an idea of what direction the wind's blowing and how fierce it is out there. So as we head into the weekend, this is where things get a little bit more fun, right? So Saturday, mostly sunny, a high of 53, and then Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 62. So that sounds like the big ticket, if you ask me. Also on Sunday, don't forget, we're springing forward, right? So this is when we are setting our clocks forward 1 hour, coming up this afternoon during our 4 p.m. broadcast to have a little look for you health-wise, what this means for your body and how you can kind of tease your body a little bit to get used to the changeover in the hour. Also, have a little note here from the Red Cross wanted to share. So make sure this is a perfect time to test your smoke alarms when you turn your clocks forward. You want to make sure the smoke alarms are working, those batteries are in there. This could mean the difference between life and death. We report this all the time, unfortunately. Also, carbon monoxide alarms. You want to make sure that those are working. Clearly, carbon monoxide, odorless, colorless gas. So those carbon monoxide poisoning, alarms, we do want to make sure that those are working year-round all the time. So what better way? You're gonna change your clock. You're gonna test the smoke alarms, and you're gonna test the carbon monoxide alarms as well. Now, before we head out, just want to take a quick glance at our website. That's firstalert6.com. Let me refresh this grid here for you. And this is where you can go for all the latest and greatest when you're waiting for our in-between broadcasts, especially. We do have a couple banners up here. The first one for closings and delays, the next for winter weather advisories in effect, and then we do have this First Alert 6 weather day still up here for you to get a kind of closer look at what we can expect. Now, in the interim, just want to say thank you so much for joining us at the Alert Center this afternoon. Hopefully you have a wonderful Friday, even though it is a bit wet and sloppy out there, but hopefully you get to your destination safely and have an even better weekend. But until then, we'll be seeing you for our broadcast with Dave Zavolinsky at 3. Have a wonderful day.